When you look at what you're delivering, that is absolutely beyond the value constraints of what's included in a membership. And I wanted to give you guys some more examples to help drill this home. If you're lacking that confidence or lacking that certainty or lacking that trust in yourself, my invitation to you is there's more than one option in how you can react in that situation. Tell me why. Why do you keep positioning it as this lower entry level, low ticket price point course when we both know what you're delivering, what you're actively already providing, the results your clients are already getting are on par of what you should be charging a $4,000 group container? Let's talk about that. Hey, how you doing? Let me say that first and foremost. But this episode is really for that CEO who's maybe been dabbling between, do I grow and scale my business with a lower ticket course? Do I grow my business with a membership? Do I grow my business with a group coaching program? And really, maybe I want us to start talking about some of that indecision or that in-between period, that resistance, that friction with you being able to make that decision and fully claim the business model that you really need to step into in order to be able to grow your business in a way that's fully aligned with your gifts, your talents, and the impact that you want to offer. So I was having this great conversation with some of my existing clients inside of Leverage, which is my group coaching program. If you guys are new here, hello. I am Jerisha Hawk. I'm a business coach, a sales expert, and I specialize in helping other experts package their expertise and grow really profitable online businesses using group coaching programs as their main offer, and really teaching them how to elevate their price point, articulate their value, and be able to enroll clients into a $3,000 to $10,000 group coaching program. And one of the things that has been coming up for a few existing clients of mine that I thought would be really helpful for us to talk about is like, there's a mental block that many of us have when it comes to breaking beyond that $100,000 threshold. And maybe we have been in a season of business where you had one-on-one, you were really successful with it, then you started to try to scale your business and grow beyond your capacity constraints. And you were like, hey, I'm going to launch a membership model. Hey, I'm going to launch like a $1,500 course. Hey, I'm going to launch a program, but you never wanted to claim the identity of you being a coach. And I want us to talk about that because I think this is something that's really interesting. I have a lot of prospects or people reaching out saying, hey, I'm interested in learning more about leverage. I'm at this threshold in my business. I'm ready to grow beyond it. And they're like, I need help scaling my course. I need help scaling my course. And I did an episode not too long ago, really communicating the reason why. Don't call your coaching program a course, how detrimental that can actually be to your ability to enroll clients at an elevated price point if you do that. And let me break this down, the difference between a membership, a course, and a group coaching program, and how your confidence as a CEO really impacts the identity that you're claiming within your positioning and what you're labeling your offers as, which heavily will impact your ability to close and enroll clients at elevated price points or that high ticket price point, okay? So first thing is that people come to me saying, hey, Jay, I need help scaling my course. And one of the first questions I ask any prospect is like, is it actually a course or is it a group coaching program? And when they tell me that, hey, Jay, yeah, I have structured curriculum. I'm offering weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly Q&A coaching calls inside of the community. There's a Facebook community or some sort of group community where clients can ask questions any day and they receive a coaching response around that. That is not a course. In my opinion, that is a coaching program, but you are mislabeling it as a course. Or when somebody tells me, hey, Jay, I have a membership that I need help scaling. And I'm like, talk to me a little bit more about what that means. What does your membership entail? They're like, well, it's structured curriculum. I'm moving people through a very guided process. It's getting them from point A to point B. We do not create new content every single month. I am designing it in a way where, again, it's for a specific person. There's structured curriculum. There's group coaching calls. There's community support. I'm like, that is not a membership. That is a group coaching program. And I want us to talk about whenever I bring that up in dialogue to certain individuals or people I've talked to in the past, like, wait a minute, I've never considered myself a coach. I've never wanted to label this as a coaching program. And I'm just like, let's talk about that. I think sometimes when we think about a group coaching program and really what defines what a group coaching program is that to me, a group coaching program has a very clearly defined program promise. It has very direct and specific qualifiers. There is structured curriculum around around achieving that program promise for that specific person. And it's not just more information in the form of pre-recorded videos. There's information as it correlates to the curriculum, but there is active coaching support to help people not just learn the information that is being taught, but to coach them around the beliefs, the patterns, and what's necessary to help them implement the information that you outlined in the curriculum. So that to me is what a group coaching program is. There's a very clear program promise. There are very clearly defined qualifiers. There is structured and outlined curriculum as it correlates to that program promise. And it's not just teaching information, but there's also coaching your clients around how to implement the information that you just taught them. A course, in my opinion, is just really teaching. Here's this information, let me tell it to you. It is on you to watch that material, figure out how to apply that material, and implement that material on your own. There could still be curriculum for both a course and a coaching program, but when you really start stepping into a coaching container, you're not only being a teacher through the form of the curriculum that you're designing, but you're also being a coach in the form of how you're communicating and dialoguing with your clients to coach them through the mental challenges and their internal objections to implement the material that you just taught them. If that makes sense, just give me a yes in the comments or throw some hearts up on the screen. So that's the first thing there. And I think a lot of the time when I'm talking to prospects, I think there's resistance. This is why I want you to start inspecting this for yourself. If you've been somebody that's like, no, I have a course, or no, I have a membership, but you are including all of the assets that I just described of what's in a group coaching program, but maybe you're not charging high ticket. Maybe you're charging, it's a course, but I'm offering all these elements that you would normally get in a group coaching program, but I'm charging $1,000 for it. It's a membership, but there's no defined time frame, and I'm offering all the things that I would in a group coaching program, but I'm charging $1,500 for it in the course of a year. I want you guys to start asking yourself, what's really preventing you from claiming what you're actively already doing within the offer that you're selling? And to me, I think a lot of this stuff boils down to is confidence and certainty that you have around being able to claim a program promise. You being able to offer a guarantee in correlation to the curriculum that you're delivering. Like you being able to claim that boldly and confidently. And I think sometimes, people ask me, Jay, what's the difference between a $1,500 course and a $3,000 group coaching program when you're looking at it apples to apples? I'm like, if all the same assets, it's the same curriculum, it's the same client touch points, you're offering group coaching calls, you're coaching your clients around the implementation of what you're teaching. The only difference is your confidence as the CEO and your fear of being able to claim what you're already currently delivering. The fear of being able to step into the identity that to work with me, it costs $3,000. To work with me, it costs $5,000. To work with me, it costs $10,000. It normally has nothing to do with the deliverables of what it is that you're offering. It has everything to do with your confidence, your beliefs, your identity, and maybe your lack of trust around claiming that publicly in regards to how you position and frame your offer. This is what I'm seeing and what I'm hopefully trying to mirror and help you become more self-aware for yourself. And when I think about the difference in why people choose not to claim the identity that you're not just a content creator, you're not just a done-for-you service provider, you're not just a course creator. In actuality, you're actually a coach. And that's an identity that we have to get comfortable claiming. It took me a long time to claim and publicly feel comfortable saying that I'm a business coach, because I think there was a part of me that maybe diminished the value of what a coach was, or I didn't want to fully identify and claim my identity in association with being a coach. I was like, no, I'm a consultant. No, I'm a strategist. No, I'm a course creator. No, I'm a membership host. I'm these things, because I think there was a part of me that was even afraid of claiming the responsibilities that come with being a coach. For folks who are technically offering the delivery and the touch points of what a coaching program would consist of, but they're calling it a course or a membership, I think a lot of the time people do that is because they're trying to avoid the responsibility that comes with being a coach, that comes with claiming the identity of your container being a group coaching program. And let me explain what I mean by that. When I say avoiding responsibility, one of the most common fears that every one of my clients has is that, Jay, if I launch a group coaching program, now I'm responsible for my clients getting the result. And if they don't get the result that I promised or guaranteed, I'm now operating out of integrity. Has anybody here thought that before? That if you say that you're a coach and you say that your program comes with a promise, and now you feel personally responsible for your clients getting the result. And if they don't get that result, you feel as if you're now operating out of integrity. You're now operating out of alignment. You're now like a bad business owner. So what do people do subconsciously? Well, let me just make a course because there's no promise. And I'm going to just give you this vague umbrella of what we're going to include. And now I've detached myself from having to be held responsible for the promise that I'm delivering. Because guess what? I have no promise. Be honest with yourself. There's so many people that come work with us that they've never actually had a program promise before. And you can get to a certain extent. You can sell at a certain price point without a promise. You can. You know, it's just like, we help you grow your business. We help you increase and get better at marketing. We help you get healthier. We help you lose weight. There's no promise. There's no way to measure your results, but it's because people are avoiding taking responsibility that comes with it. And I think there's also a misconception. When you are a coach, it is not your responsibility to guarantee your client the result. A coaching relationship is a two-way street. This is different from a consultant. A consultant will come in and either do it for you or advise you on how it needs to be done. But a coach comes in and says, hey, I designed this curriculum for you. It is your responsibility as a client. It's my job to provide the curriculum, to teach you the material, to ask you the right questions so that you can discover a solution for yourself. It is the client's responsibility to come in and say, I am willing to be coached. I'm willing to answer those tough questions when you ask them to me. I'm willing to follow the curriculum, learn the material, implement, and take accountability that when I need help, I will ask. It's the client's responsibility to get the results 100% of the time. It is the coach's responsibility to develop the curriculum, to provide that curriculum, to create those touch points and those opportunities for those conversations to happen, and to ask the right questions to help that client discover solutions for themselves as it correlates to the container and the curriculum in which they enrolled in. So at no point, I think people think this identity that if I claim that I'm a coach, it is now my responsibility to get my clients results, and that is inaccurate. It is always your client's responsibility to get results for themselves. However, it is your responsibility to design your group coaching program and develop your curriculum and also facilitate your coaching calls in a way that aligns with what that client needs to do to get the results. But it's 100%. If the client doesn't show up, I can't go sell for you. I can't tell you what your niche needs to be. It is your business. But it's my job to help coach you around that and offer the curriculum and the framework and the coaching support to help you discover that for yourself. So I think this is a really big thing. And what we see happen, or what I see happen a lot of the time, is that individuals are creating courses, charging $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 for them, bonusing. You get kickoff one-on-one call with me if you pay in full. You get bi-weekly coaching calls together in the group. You get a Facebook community, and I've offered you structured curriculum. That is a group coaching program. That is not a course. And in my opinion, but why are you still undercharging even though you're providing the value of what would be included in a group coaching program? Why are you avoiding niching down and claiming a program promise versus defining what that promise is and claiming the results that you're already getting for your clients, claiming the identity of what you're already delivering? It has to do with your confidence as a CEO. And my question to you is, why are you avoiding the responsibility that comes with defining a program promise? Why are you avoiding the accountability that comes with being able to offer a guarantee? Ask yourself these questions. And a lot of the time, it's not because you're an actual course creator. Because there's a part of you that's lacking confidence with being able to claim what your program promise is. There's part of you that's lacking confidence in your ability or your value that you're offering, that, oh gosh, if I claim this and state this, then, well, what if I don't deliver on it? I'm mirroring back what I'm seeing happening a lot of like, well, no, I'm just a course creator. It's like, sis, no, you're not. When you look at what you're delivering, that's not a course. When you look at what you're delivering, that is absolutely beyond the value constraints of what's included in a membership. And I wanted to give you guys some more examples to help drill this home. If you're lacking that confidence or lacking that certainty or lacking that trust in yourself, my invitation to you is there's more than one option in how you can react in that situation. One way that you can react is just decreasing your price point. One way that you can react is just saying, well, it's only a course, so that you can avoid the responsibility that comes with claiming a program promise. Well, it's just a membership. You're avoiding commitment, because if you do launch a group coaching program, you are enrolling people into a commitment for a specific time frame under very clear expectations with a defined program promise. So really, it's like, why are you avoiding commitment? What's causing you to avoid the responsibility that comes with making a commitment and being held accountable to the commitment that you just entered into a contract with your clients with? What's really coming up? And let's talk about that versus avoiding it and downgrading your offer container, diminishing your position in the marketplace, decreasing your price point. Let's really talk about that. Because when I look at most of the prospects that come to me, it's just like, y'all are providing so much value. And you look at the consistency in the results that your clients get, it is real. It is factual. But I feel like so many of us have been operating under this low ceiling or this low bar of expectation that we like, oh, even though the facts are telling me that I'm delivering consistent results around this one thing, I don't want to claim that in my marketing. Even though I'm delivering consistent results for my clients in this one area, I don't want to claim that in the form of a program promise, even though factually it's happening. So every one of your clients who was over 30 pounds, you were able to teach them how to lose that 30 pounds without using restrictive dieting, but you don't want to claim that in your program promise? Tell me why. Tell me why. Why do you keep positioning it as this lower entry level, low ticket price point course when we both know what you're delivering, what you're actively already providing, the results your clients are already getting are on par of what you should be charging a $4,000 group container? Let's talk about that. I'm just sharing this with you because I want us to become more aware of like why we're making the decisions that we're making as it correlates to our business model, our offer structure, and our price point, and also help us recognize that a lot of the time it's our confidence and an identity issue and maybe a lack of trust that's preventing us from actually getting to the next level in our business. It has nothing to do with like, what's the next marketing strategy that I need? You're implementing a marketing strategy for something that's subpar from what you're actually delivering. Like, let's actually elevate you to where you're already at and teach you strategies at that level to get you beyond where you are. But first, that comes with the confidence in you being able to claim what's already true. You guys picking up what I'm putting down? But I want to walk through a couple other examples of membership versus course versus coaching program. So when I think about a membership model, the first thing that comes to mind is like a Netflix. There is no commitment. It's a 30-day commitment when you buy Netflix, right? You commit to Netflix that, hey, I will pay you at least for the next 30 days, and it's month to month after that, meaning I can leave at any time. So if you stop providing me great movies to watch, I can choose to unsubscribe. So there's very low commitment. There's a very low threshold for commitment from the buyer. There's a high level of effort required from the provider because if they're not producing new content and new reasons to make you stay every single month, they are at risk of losing you. But a membership to me is more of like a Netflix. It is a subscription. It is something that you can unroll from at any time. There's very low level commitment. I think about a course of when you go to take the SAT or take the ACT in college. You can either buy one of those SAT books from Barnes & Noble and you can self-study for the exam, or a coaching program would be like sign up for the SAT prep class where there's certain classes, they're live teaching you and they're also coaching you around, giving you feedback on the answers that you did during the pre-test. So you can self-study with a book by yourself, coaching yourself through the answers, trying to understand the material on your own. Or when you join a coaching program, it's like signing up for that SAT prep class where there's peers in the group with you. You have study buddies, accountability partners. The other difference I've seen between like maybe a course and a group coaching program is like when you're homeschooling. Like if you're homeschooling your kids and you have to like borrow somebody else's curriculum, but it's your responsibility to teach your kids all that material or teach yourself that material versus like you actually enrolling in college or you actually enrolling in school where there's a teacher, there's community, there's support around you. And when we start looking at membership, and this is why I'm really big on like be conscious and be intentional with what you're calling your program and claim it in the naming of it based off of what it actually is. There is no way that Harvard would be running around just saying, oh, we're just an educational school. No, they're an Ivy League institution, top 3 in the country. They're claiming what they do. They're claiming who they are. This is not like you can sign up for college and drop out at any time. You can, but you're still paying. You can't drop out of college and not pay your balance. Think about it like Netflix versus like maybe self-studying for the SAT and homeschooling yourself versus enrolling in the class, enrolling in the university. And I think too, sometimes when you start elevating the promise, right, you're trying to get exponential results in your business. It's like, what type of support am I actually providing based off the promise that I'm delivering? Imagine if you had to self-teach yourself how to swim. You can go watch movies on how to swim. You can watch YouTube videos on how to do breaststrokes or like whatever. That's very different than if you hire a teacher, you join a swimming class that's going to show you how to swim. Depending on the promise that you're delivering or the level at which you're providing the result, that should correlate to the container in which you're designing your program around. So like for us, we help coaches launch or relaunch their existing group coaching programs. And the goal of that is that we get that group, get their business as a whole, their total business revenue beyond 200K. And they have a very scalable group coaching program. My group coaching program made me over $700,000 last year. That is an exponential result that we're able to provide with the framework that we teach. You can't go read a book on how to become a millionaire. You can go read the book on how to become a millionaire, but that's very different than the application of what's required to actually become a millionaire. You can go read a book on how to become a doctor, but that's very different experience and a very different end result that you're going to get versus if you actually enroll in medical school. You can go read a book on how to self-publish your own book, but that's very different than if you enroll in a coaching program, work with a writing coach who's going to show you how to write the book, how to edit the book, how to self-publish the book, how to launch it. So, people can watch Bruce Lee movies all day, but that don't mean you know how to do karate. Let's really talk about it. But I think a lot of the time, what I'm noticing with many of you guys who've been in my DMs, who've applied for leverage, who've reached out, is that you actually have group coaching programs, but you have been diminishing and disqualifying the value and the results that you've been actively getting for clients because of your lack of confidence around being able to claim what is already true. That is what I am noticing. And I think if you're afraid to claim that you're a coach, when that is exactly what you've been doing, when that is the level at which you've been providing results, it has to do because I think a lot of time you're afraid of commitment. And inside of a course, you are absolutely nowhere near responsible for results that your clients get. But in a group coaching program, you defining your program promise, there is a level of responsibility that you are signing up with these clients for. But also there's a level of responsibility that your clients are also signing up for when they work with you. It's a two-way street. If my clients don't show up to do the work, if my clients are struggling in silence and don't ask for help, I can't help them. It's not my job to read their mind. Absolutely not. It's my job to create opportunities for them to ask questions. It is my job to create opportunities to create a community where they feel safe asking questions. It is my responsibility to design curriculum that outlines not only the teaching of what they need to know, but the process of what they need to do to get the result that I promised. That is my responsibility. It is their responsibility to watch the trainings. It is their responsibility to implement what I taught. It is their responsibility to ask questions. It is their responsibility to speak up. And if they are not getting the results in correlation to what's outlined, that's like, I know my processes work. I have no hesitation. This is why we offer money back guarantees. Every program I've ever launched has a money back guarantee. That if you don't get earn a full return on investment from what I teach and you've done the work, I will give you every penny back because I have full confidence in the community that I've designed, in the culture that we create, in the coaching that we provide, in the curriculum that we've developed. I know that if you do the work as it is outlined, you will absolutely get the result that we promise. Every time. So I'm just introducing this to you to, one, elevate your identity, to recognize maybe where you've been lacking confidence or certainty, and recognize that this is a huge part of what we teach inside of Leverage. Having a clearly defined program promise is important. You feeling clear on how to communicate that program promise is essential, especially if you're charging $3,000 or more for your offer or for your group container. And this is why so much of the work that we do is correlated around that. But the beautiful part of you being confident enough to claim what you're already doing for your clients, you immediately differentiate yourself from the competition and you immediately position yourself as a superior option than your competition. Because most of your competition is not claiming a program promise. Most of your competition is avoiding the commitment and the accountability that comes with designing a group coaching program container that their clients can hold them responsible to. Most of your peers are not doing it. Most people in our industry don't have program promises. So when you do the work of niching down, when you do the work of claiming a program promise, if you do the work of really designing curriculum that is really aligned with the promise that you just offered, you now have not only differentiated yourself from the competition, you have made yourself a superior option from your competitors. And if you have differentiation and superiority, you can charge higher ticket than your competitors are charging. You will have an increased conversion rate, in my opinion. In my opinion, also, you will have better clients. The success rate of our clients is astronomical in comparison to my peers. astronomical. 60% of clients, 70% of clients earn a full return on investment within 60 days of working with us. My peers can't say that. My client results are exponentially higher and more consistently predictable because I have a clear program promise, because I offer a guarantee, because of how my curriculum is designed. So I say all this to say is like, people talk about, Jay, I need to spend money on lead generation. If you have a clear program promise and a curriculum designed to deliver on that program promise, the people are like, Jay, how do you not run paid ads and you still have $1 million business? Because my results my clients give me referrals that I don't have to pay for. People gladly will send referrals to us and then tell their friends about our program because it is differentiated and superior purely because of the program promise and how well we get clients results because of how we've designed it. So that's just a perspective I want to introduce to you guys. And I will talk to y'all soon. Bye, y'all. If you liked the video you just watched, click this one. You might like it even more. Go ahead, check it out.